show you just a little section of thinned down white. And we're going to do a little section of thinned down black. What I don't like about thinning down colors, it becomes muted. Now if I wanted to add colors and keep it actual red, you couldn't do that because you thinned all the color out. But if you're going to do it as a background with completely paint on top of it, then it doesn't matter. Oh, I'm becoming muddy. There we go. This program takes a while to get used to when it comes to learning to paint on it, to make sure you don't mud. But I don't seem to be having too much problem like I did with the white before, because I did thin it out. I don't think I thinned this out enough. I'm not gonna. And of course blending. And then you just lost your colors because you didn't have a true black. So be very careful. Now that we're talking about mixing paint, you get a palette that looks like this, and you get a palette that looks like that. And you can always save your own palettes. I'm going to show you how to do one with skin colors. And I'll let you in on a little secret. Every skin tone, it doesn't matter if you have your darkest black to your whitest white skin, you're going to come from these 4 colors. And we will show you how to mix that. So I'm going to have my red. Need a little more yellow. Add some blue. I know it's weird. And then we're going to add your white. Oh, it needs a lot of yellow. Might have been too much blue, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll just add some more red in there. Oh, perfect. And then we'll take this to make it lighter, a lighter shade of skin tone. And maybe not so much white this time. There we go. Just slightly lighter than that one. This one, same thing. And this is really weird, but we're not using black because when you're painting portraits or anything, you don't shade with black, you shade with blue. And if you look at paintings, you'll see that the skin tone kind of has a bluish tinge to it. White will always make it lighter. I want this slightly lighter than what it is. There you go. Oh, nope. And now we're going to darken the other one. Maybe a little darker. And there you go. If you need to add more peachiness or pink to anything, you can add a little, just one little tiny spot. And mix that in. If you have somebody that has really peachy skin. Oh, nope. That's what you get for not cleaning it. Okay. So, if we are painting our skin, which I'm putting that on pretty thick, sorry. Alright, there's our skin colors. And so what happens is now we want to do highlights. Now they always talk in videos about being careful not to make it muddy. But sometimes I like mixing the paint while painting. We're going to go with a lighter shade. Make sure I have a lot of paint on there. Oh, that might not be light enough. There we go. Just make sure you have enough paint on your brush when you do this. This is the one that's a little too peachy. That's okay. It's got a lot of blue in it. And we want the blue for the shade. Now I'll use this brush to Alright, so there you got this skin tone with its highlights, its regular, and then the dark shade, all using the same colors. Now we have this one here. Make sure you clean your brush so you don't ruin your palette. Now this, because it's already pretty light, we're going to use white for the rest of them. And the darkness, Actually, no. We need blue because we need the shade. Alright. Alright, now that we got our blue, okay. Yeah, I don't care for the blender brush. That's okay. Alright. Want to make sure that's all smoothed out. Alright, so now we have that one. A little more blue. Shade. We might have to go white for the highlights in that one. Yeah. So what we'll do, you can't go lighter than this one, so we'll just use white. And for the shading, might be too much blue, but that's okay. I might want to add this just for the darker part of it. Okay, ready? Under the chin, the shadow on the neck, you'll want to go pretty dark. Probably not a purple, more like this here. Yeah, that's a good shade. And then go a little bluer if you have to. Alright, so here's all the skin tones. They all came using these, and that all came from here. If you get the skin tones like you like it, these big patches, you go to your palette, hit save, and then this little icon appears. This is one I previously made. These are my neutrals, red tint, blue tint. And that's how you do it. Alright, now we're going to move on to another controversial thing, is the projector. And let me see if I can get on Pinterest here. Or, let's see. Let's type in Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa. And then we're going to get a new painting. In the art community, you have those who are elitist and those who are not elitist. The elitists think you should not have to have reference photos. You should never own a projector. And you should never do digital art. So they exclude and badmouth everybody else who does it. But if you go to actual art classes at a university or a college, you will have reference photos. Disney uses reference photos and videos. There's nothing wrong with using references. Let's pick a good one. Okay. So, here we go. Here's our reference, Mona Lisa. So I'm going to go to my fourth layer. Get the tiniest one I can. Switching down the size. Going to change my palette back just so I can have a black. Make sure I'm on the top layer. And we're going to use her as a reference. Nothing wrong with references. You need it for proportions and color matching. I know this is off, but I don't care. This is just for the demo. Oh, anyway. So we have our reference, and you know, she's got things behind her in the background. Gotta add that, gotta add that. Then you look at her, her nose is about here. We're going to put her eyes about here. And her mouth about here. And then she's got this really dark shade thing going on. And if you make this tall enough, you can actually add her arms. Okay. So if you're very, very new and you're not used to doing the circle with the lines, and that's fine, then I will show you the projector that they've added in the app. It is semi-cheat, but if, like I said, if you're new and you don't really care and you're not planning on selling it and you just want to learn and enjoy painting, you can project the image right onto your canvas. And then you can just paint over it. Okay, I'm still on the top one. The only reason why I would ever use this is the only reason why I would ever use the projector is to block out the shapes. And there are a lot of artists who use it just for blocking shapes. This is where my horizon is for the land. Then we have the water. We're going to block this out. Block that out. Here's a big shape. Need more paint. Really? Why are you not getting the paint? Here's a big shape. There's a shape. There's a shape. There's her head shape. Hair. Hair. There's the side of her head, her hairline, the center of her face where her nose is, her eye line, and if she had ears, the top of the ear, her brow line, if she had brows, her nose, and her mouth. So, when you cut that off, this is what you got. Now you keep your reference photo up, go to the, I always use 2 for bodies, get your palette for your skin tones, and then you're able to start painting. Oh, I didn't clean the brush. That's okay. Hit, since I'm left-handed, I'll hit the A button, but if you're right-handed, it will be the X button. And then you go from there. You can start adding all kind of light paint. Oop, not light enough. Light paint. And painting. Anyway, you get the idea. So that is the point of your projector. You can do multiply or overlay. And it's really good for checking your proportions with your reference. If you want to go back to YouTube to do a YouTube tutorial, that button here. And then you can look up your Bob Ross stuff. Okay.